does Melba Moore feel about disco?
Melba Moore loves disco.
The music?
I love the music. I love the atmosphere of discos. I like the influence that it's had on our lives. I think it's another outlet for entertainment in the recording industry, and it seems to be a growing thing to have live entertainment in disco. So I'm glad for it.
Now I noticed that tonight you did a lot of your old tunes mixed in with your new stuff, the disco stuff. That's really brought Melba Moore out here. As far as a mass public would see it, do you think that that has been a boon, that people are finding out about entertainers that have been around, that have switched over to disco? Is disco a new vehicle for them?
In some cases it is, yes. In some cases, some artists' career have taken off with a great explosion because they had a completely new outlet to begin with. And in some cases, some artists' careers seem to be over and they started all over again. And in some cases, artists just reached another segment of the audiences. But in all cases, I think it's had a good influence on entertainment industry, and it's been such an explosion. Just about everybody, even if they're not like into disco, has at least been touched by it.
And you said something about atmosphere too. What's the atmosphere inside of a disco?
Well, it's very informal, it's loose, and people are talking with each other, and it's not really set up for a show. So if you want to entertain and get the people's attention, and well, then you have to be a part. I think you have to feel that way too. You have to feel, it's kind of like my parents are show people, and they work with what they used to call saloons, you know, where people were really in there partying. It's totally different than, say, a concert or a nightclub atmosphere. Some people are sitting and drinking, move around, they can come out on the floor and dance if they want to. It's much freer.
Have you seen a change in, say, the disco clubs of the 1960s and the disco clubs of the late 70s?
Oh, yes, I would say that it's gotten much more sophisticated in terms of, say, lighting and that means of entertaining people. And the music has expanded. I think it has a good, solid, broad base. And it is attracting some very...
Disco. How would you feel about that?
Fine. I would feel fine if you said that due to any aspect of show business that, you know, would be available to me. I wouldn't care if it was theater, disco. I don't care, as long as I belong and I feel I can relate and perform and communicate with the people. That's why I say, well, when I say I love disco, that's what you asked me. But if you were to ask me a broader question, the answer would be I love show business. It doesn't matter to me what form it takes. And I think that disco is just an expanded version of nightclubs, and recording music as it was. It's just, you know, we change clothes every few years. We change fashions, and to me that's what it is. Basically, I haven't really changed. If I'm going to do a disco show, well, then I can't do a lot of slow things and ballads because it's not that kind of an atmosphere. You know. But
disco has brought a lot of new innovations, the style of music, instruments. They brought in speaker systems into the discos themselves. What's in the future? All of these far out things that people come in and see now. What do you think's in the future?
I guess more of the same. I certainly see they're getting to be a more sophisticated and more complicated light show kind of thing, where people are going to have to know more technically. And I don't think the music can get any louder, because as it is, people are, you know, starting to go deaf, and that's been happening for a long time. I'm serious about that. I don't think it can get any louder, but it can get prettier. It can get go to one side or the other in terms of style of music, and I suppose it can expand a lot in terms of live entertainment. I don't really know. I'm guessing. You know.
Okay. Thank you.
About McDonald's.
I didn't want to get into this misquote. You should read that. You should look for that article, because it really didn't it come off negative to you?
It came off.
It was very negative. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be asking questions. What did